What is life really like in Vietnam? Could you support a family of four on a low income at the age of 45? Hello, everyone. My name is Doan. I'm 45 years old now. People often say this is the stage of life when you should finally feel stable, when years of hard work are supposed to turn into security. But for me, every morning is still a quiet battle to keep my family safe and at peace. I have a hardworking wife, a 17-year-old daughter who is in her final year of high school and preparing for college, and a 14-year-old son who is in the ninth grade. Today, I'd like to show you how our family survives on a very limited budget here in Vietnam. Every morning, I begin my day by walking to our orchid garden. It's about 180 square meters, just a short walk from our house along a quiet, tree-lined path. This garden is much more than a piece of land. It is what keeps our family going. My wife and I make our living by growing and selling orchids online. Together, we earn about 650 US dollars a month. At first, that might not sound too bad, but once you put those numbers into the budget of a family of four, every dollar suddenly has a job to do. Our children's education costs around $250 every month. Our bank loan, the debt we took on years ago to build our home and start this garden, takes another $120. What remains has to cover food, electricity, water, gasoline, and countless unexpected expenses. Selling orchids is a risky business. Every morning after watering the plants, my most important job is inspecting every leaf and every new shoot. One infected plant, one case of crown rot, one disease spreading through the garden, and the value of our orchids can drop dramatically. Every damaged leaf feels like money slipping away, and every loss makes me worry about next month's tuition for my children. The heavy work in the garden is my responsibility. Carry our best orchids into the workspace and prepare everything for my wife's live stream. She has stood beside me through the hardest years of our lives. I've come to believe that a man's strength isn't measured by how much money he earns. It's measured by whether he can be the steady support that allows his wife to do her work with peace of mind. This is my wife's main job, to kick off the morning and get ready for a new workday. She's setting up for her live sale. Right now, she's adjusting all the settings for the live stream. She always brings so much energy and enthusiasm to her work.
Hello, xin chào cả nhà mình nhá. Chúc các anh chị buổi chiều thật là nhiều niềm vui. Hello bác Hoàng Triệu này. Xin mời các anh chị đã quay trở lại với livestream của Hoa Lan Linh Chi Phụ chúng em. Hôm nay em lại tiếp tục lên live để phục vụ các bác anh chị miến dòng Hoa Lan, bao gồm có nhạn tháng 4, nhạn tháng 8, nhạn 4N. Và đặc biệt hôm nay em có một cái dòng nhạn đấy được gọi là nhạn Mitsu, Mitsu các anh chị này. Hôm nay em có thời gian để ơi cute thế. Đấy. Xin mời các anh chị nha, ngắm nghía giúp em một cái tác phẩm này. Tác phẩm này là một tác phẩm nhạn Mitsu Mitsu đi ạ. Chào bác Quốc Tiệp, xin chào cả nhà mình nhé, lên đơn cho cả nhà mình nhá. Đấy, rồi để em lấy cái 5 sen là 5 sen nhất đầu gần các anh chị nha, 5 sen.
While my wife begins her live stream, I start up my old motorcycle and head to the local market. This old bike has carried me through countless rainy seasons and scorching summers. It's noisy, worn out, and far from perfect, but it's been a loyal companion. The market is actually pretty far from our house, about a mile and a half away, and we have to head out onto the main highway to get there. Come along with me to the market and let's see what a local market in my area is like. What are the markets like where you live? Let me know in the comments below. I prefer shopping at the traditional market instead of supermarkets, not just because the food is fresher, but because the prices fit our budget. At a Vietnamese market, you'll find everything mixed together: fresh vegetables, meat, cooked food, dried goods.
Hoa quả ngon quá cô ơi. Cháu cay hoa quả một tí nha. Vâng.
It may not look as organized or polished as a supermarket, but this is where everyday life truly happens. This is where every single dollar matters.
Đắt hàng không chị ơi? Em quay rau một tí nha.
I stopped at an elderly woman's vegetable stand. Originally, I planned to buy just 2 bundles of vegetables for our family dinner. But I noticed she looked exhausted and there were only 4 bundles left. So I bought all 4. Buying 2 extra bundles wouldn't make me poorer, but it might let an elderly woman pack up early and go home to her family. When life is difficult, you realize there are always people carrying even heavier burdens than your own.
Chưa, em quay rau một tí nha. Không mang được. Chào các bà các cô nhá, cho quay video một tí. Cua này, cá chạch này. Không, vâng. Ý rồi. Đẹp gái như thế mà. Cô ơi, cháu quay hoa quả một tí nhá. Chà là này. Em quay vlog một tí nha chị nha. Không, không phải phóng viên.
Năm 2026, hiện nay chợ Tân Sinh còn 3 hộ chưa được điểm ký cố định tháng 7 năm 2026. Những hộ có tên Hoàng Thị Vân, Cát Biển, quầy số 13, Mai Thị Nhâm, Hàng Thịt, quầy 107, Vũ Thị An,
Cạc cạc.
Em sinh đi, lại có con rồi, ha ha. Em đã nói rồi mà, chị Thư chắc chắn sẽ được nghe thấy. Trẻ con đúng là tốt, đúng là con dâu ngoan của mẹ. Đi thôi, đi đi, mẹ có hỏi. Đi trước thôi.
Quay bà bán cá này bạn còn bà bán.
Nay buổi sáng mà vắng nha chị nhỉ?
Hôm nay là
quay một tí chị nhá. Cá mực tôm này, sò này.
kinh doanh của thị dân của em học ở chỗ là chúng tôi phải rất có sự
Em đi nhá.
Lên này lên hình nhỉ.
Không có được ăn đâu mà quên. Dạ, ý là chưa được ăn đấy.
Em không đưa từ nó bảo em đưa đây còn là anh để lấy sinh mà nó bằng cái quân đi về.
Next, I bought 4 cups of sweet Vietnamese dessert for about $2.50. Just a small afternoon treat for the family after a long day's work. On my way home, I stopped at a convenience store. For a moment, I thought about buying myself a cold soda. Then I put it back. At 45, my body doesn't recover the way it used to, and too much sugar isn't good for my health anymore. Besides, even 50 cents feels like unnecessary spending, when every dollar in our family budget counts. When I arrived home, my wife had just finished her live stream. These were the orders we received today. I sat down at the table and carefully recorded every order in my notebook running. An online business doesn't end when the live stream is over. I call each customer to confirm their address, then carefully pack every order so it can be shipped the same day. Every box I seal with tape carries a little piece of our family's hope. While I pack the orders, my wife mounts newly arrived orchids onto pieces of a driftwood. One job leads to another. There is no room for laziness or procrastination. We both know we're racing against time to build a better future for our children. Today, my younger son had to attend his extra classes after school, so my 17-year-old daughter prepared lunch for the family. Watching her cook in the kitchen, I suddenly realized how quickly my children have grown up. The only member of the family without a care in the world is our little dog. He sleeps peacefully all day. Whenever I walk by, he simply gives his tail a gentle wag, almost as if he's saying, "Don't worry, boss, everything will be okay." Eventually, the rush of the day slows down. The packages are stacked neatly, waiting for the delivery driver. Our family gathers around a simple lunch. As I watch my wife and children laughing together, the worries, pressure, and invisible weight that often come with middle age quietly fade away. That's when I realize something. Happiness isn't about having a lot of money. It's about knowing the people you love are healthy, safe, and smiling beside you.
Cười vậy đây.
My wife finishes eating before the rest of us. She sits on the floor playing with our little kitten, and seeing her smile reminds me just how kind-hearted she is. I open a drawer and take out my old notebook where I carefully keep track of every dollar we've managed to save. Then I call my 2 children over. I hand each of them their tuition money. Seeing the innocent smiles on their faces as they take it from my hands, I gently pat them on the head. In that moment, I'm reminded why I work so hard every single day. The sweat my wife and I shed today becomes the staircase our children will climb tomorrow. Later, a sudden rainstorm rolls across our orchid garden. I stand beneath the porch and reach out to catch the cool raindrops in my hand. At 45, rain feels like more than just weather. It reminds me of life's unexpected hardships, the financial pressure, the uncertainty, the worries about my health, my family's future, and the debts we still carry. But as you can see, after every storm, the sun comes back out. The orchids, washed clean by the rain, somehow look greener and more alive than before. Life may be difficult, money may always be tight, but as long as my family stays together, as long as we continue to love one another and never give up, I believe tomorrow will be brighter. Thank you for spending this ordinary day with my family. If you'd like to see more of our life here in Vietnam, I'd be honored if you followed this channel. And before you go, what's your life like? I truly hope your journey is a little easier than mine.